Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I thought I would do a daily plan with me. Today's video was originally going to be a daily vlog, like a day in the life type of thing, but honestly our work schedule, Jesse's school situation today just changed, and yeah, I need to do a daily plan with me instead. So maybe there will be a vlog on Friday, or maybe they will just be another daily plan with me. So this is how the last couple of days have looked. This was actually my birthday on Saturday. Like, the weekends are just crazy and I don't necessarily fill every single thing out. Like you can see on Mother's Day, I had some good intentions, didn't really fill all the things out, and that's fine. I just left it the way it was because it really didn't bother me all that much. Here was yesterday, Monday, or 2 days ago by the time you guys are watching this, and I still have a couple of things I need to check off. For the last few days I've been trying out the Sharpie pen. I think I talked about this in a previous video that I had an older Sharpie pen. I think it was just old, honestly, and it really wasn't showing up that well on the paper, so I got a new like 4-pack. They happen to have them at my grocery store, which I was like, this is awesome. And this one seems to be showing up a little bit better, like maybe just the other one dried out, so it just wasn't as pigmented. So it's definitely a like for me, not 100% love, but it is a great option because it doesn't smudge at all. So I do recommend this one. So yesterday, let's see, I've got a couple of things I need to finish checking off, which are putting up laundry. I didn't even do that, so it still has to happen today. I did take pictures for Week in the Life. That's kind of a documenting project that Allie Edwards does, and it actually started on Monday. And I'm just kind of trying to follow along and take some pictures. I might actually do 2 weeks of it, this week and next week, for Nathan's graduation. But honestly, if you're even thinking of like dipping your toe into like Week in the Life and Day in the Life stuff, follow the hashtags. There are just so many great ideas being shared out there. And as like a beginner in this whole realm of memory keeping and documenting life, it's just great to kind of follow along and see what other people are doing and get ideas that might work for you. I did not do my daily delete yesterday. I did, of course, take photos. My daily delete, if you watch every one of my videos, I'm sorry if you have to keep hearing it, but I do get this question if people don't watch my videos quite as regularly. So my daily delete I got from Kendra Adachi. She's the author of The Lazy Genius Way, and she goes through her phone and basically deletes all the things each day. I just sort of delete all of the crap that has like accumulated on my phone from posting on social media, because I have stories that auto-saved in my phone, things that I've edited, and sometimes it creates duplicates and you don't need all that. So I just get rid of it every single night and keep the rest of the stuff that matters. I did watch a YouTube video. I do podcast / YouTube because sometimes I just feel like listening to a podcast. Sometimes I feel like watching a YouTube video, but it is my way of supporting creators that I love. At least I try to do it once a day, to watch and listen to their content. And then read for 30 minutes. That did not happen. I began feeling like crap yesterday all over again. I have been dealing with this upper respiratory nonsense for a full 4 weeks now. It has not been fun. I can tell you though, this morning, after getting on now my second round of antibiotics and steroids, today I feel better than I have felt in the last month. Not 100%, but better, and that is good. So that is what I kind of dealt with yesterday. I went to I did a virtual appointment yesterday, which was awesome. The nurse practitioner that was talking to me was really just attentive and awesome, and I just appreciate her so much. All right, so as far as content goes, I did get to comments and messages, not every single one, but most. I did take some notes for some upcoming videos, and I did delete any excess files on my computer. That's something I definitely try to keep up with several times a month, almost weekly, because again, if you create content, there's duplicate things that just take up a ton of space, and the next thing you know, you're trying to create content or upload content and your computer is like, yeah, no, sorry, bro. All right, so let's move on to today. Fresh new day. It is Tuesday, May 11th. All right, so I'm gonna label my areas first. Sometimes I label this top 3 in this A5 Plum paper, which by the way, I probably should have mentioned that this is an A5 Plum paper daily planner. I got this one and didn't label any of the sections. The great thing about Plum paper is that you can choose to label all of your sections, some of your sections, or none of your sections. And when I got this one, I wasn't sure that I was going to use it, so I labeled my 7x9 one, but not my A5 one, which is fine. I don't mind writing in the headers. So for these top 3 areas, I'm actually just going to write focus. I alternate. I just write whatever is whatever I'm in the mood for. This area is where I write my schedule, so I'm going to write today. And this next section is where I put my content stuff. I think for a while there I was putting like business or social, but it's really just content things. And I'm going to fold this over because the coil is going to get on my last nerves. And then this area is where I put all of my to-dos, so I'm just going to write to-do. And this section, sometimes I label it, sometimes I don't. And this is typically where I put quotes or just slap a big sticker on it at the end of the day, whatever inspires me throughout the day. So I don't put gratitude or anything like that. I just put don't forget because I feel like it's a pretty general, a general header for that area. And then down here sometimes is notes. I don't always use it. I get that question a lot, like what do you do with that bottom space? I see that you never use it. Just because there is a space in your planner for something, it doesn't mean you have to use it. I know sometimes it's like, well, I'm not using all the parts. I'm not getting like the most out of my planner, so that means I need to switch my planner. That is not the case. We need to stop doing that to ourselves. You can use it if you want. There's areas in here going back, I think it was last month, and I have it covered up because sometimes I will just write some journaling things in here like I did right here, but over here I have it covered up. I'll put things in there and it's not every single day, so I don't stress about it. All right, so for today's focus, it is going to be medication and vitamins per usual. And I mean, I have extra medications, so I definitely have to make sure that I stay on top of all of that. And I actually already took those, so I'm going to check it off. Also, yoga, something else I also already did. I'm kind of filming this before I have to start work in the next 30 minutes, so I have done quite a few things already this morning. And then, of course, hydration is the next thing I definitely need to focus on. When I talked to the doc yesterday, she was like, on all this medication, you really, really need to stay hydrated. So that definitely needs to be a focus. All right, let's look at today's schedule. I did wake up probably before 5:30, but it took me a hot minute to get up out of bed. But 5:30 is when I typically start my AM routine. I really like the slow approach start to my day. I don't like waking up and like hitting the ground running. That is not my style. At 6:30 is when I did my yoga, just something very light, and also focusing on breathing and taking deep breaths to help get this crud out of my lungs. It's just yucky. And then, of course, right now I am filming, which I know I've mentioned this before, but I absolutely love my new morning schedule because now I have more time to film when there is daylight, which is just awesome as a creator, especially as a creator who does not like using artificial lighting. If I can film when there is daylight, that is fantastic. So I'm glad that I could get that done. And then, of course, I have work from 9 to 5. I have no meetings today, which is fantastic, but I do have a lot of other things that I do need to focus on. So it's a good thing that I don't have meetings to get in the way of that. 6 o'clock is going to be dinner time-ish. What time do you guys eat dinner? I was really pushing to have dinner ready and on the table at 5. That's before, when I would only work until 4. But it's just not happening these days. Plus, by the time everyone does get home from work, when Kayla gets home from work, all of that stuff, we typically end up eating somewhere between 6 and 6:30. That's just what's been working for us. Plus, I feel like if I eat just a smidge later, I'm not as inclined to run to the fridge or the pantry around 8 or 9 o'clock at night and reach for snacks. So maybe it's helping. I don't exactly know. And then at 8:30, I start my PM routine, which is like washing my face, hopping in the shower, all that fun stuff. Just a quick tidy of our bedroom because, you know, messes happen. All right, let's go to the content area. And I am using the Zig Clean Color Dot in the color Platinum, also known as gray. Just plain old gray. Speaking of gray, let's talk about Grey's Anatomy really quick. So they just announced that there's going to be a season 18, which I think is awesome. Kayla and I have been watching Grey's Anatomy. We started season 1 in September of 2020, and last week we just watched, like, we're all caught up. We watched the most recent episode of season 17. So we're kind of in a bit of mourning that we have to wait until Thursday to watch the next episode, but also my mind feels better because if you watch Grey's Anatomy back to back to back, you are taken on an extreme emotional roller coaster, which is just not fair. So it's definitely been an interesting journey, but I'm kind of excited but also apprehensive that there's going to be a season 18. I was chatting with some of my friends last night, and this season 17 hasn't been, it's been more like in touch with what's actually happening in the real world. However, the way that they're just like killing off characters left and right has me a little pissed off. Like, I'm like, what did these people do to Shonda that she hates them so much? Also, I am probably of the unpopular feeling that Meredith is not my favorite character. Like, we were also talking about that, and none of us like Meredith. Kayla loves Meredith. I'm, on the other hand, like, why does she get so many chances? Why does this, I don't get it. Like, she has almost died like 37 million times and somehow always still makes it. Like, why? But everyone else, like, they get like, you know, a paper cut and they die. So I'm just, anyway, moving on. Those are my ramblings about Grey's Anatomy. If you don't watch, I'm so sorry. All right, so for content, we have filmed this video that you're watching right now. And then, of course, I also need to edit this video that you're watching right now, which won't take me too long. Fun fact, I actually really love editing videos. It doesn't bother me. It's not like an extra task or something. I thoroughly enjoy editing my content. I know it's weird. I hear a lot of creators say that they don't like editing or it takes too much time. I also don't do any sort of like really fluffy editing to my videos. I keep it pretty basic simply because when I'm watching videos that are edited or there's just too much like graphics coming at you, I get really annoyed and I stop watching. So I keep mine the same way that I would like to watch them. So I hope that they're enjoyable for you as well. All right, and of course I need to get to comments and messages always. I always feel like I'm falling behind, but I'm actually never really behind. I need to go through my emails and answer a couple of collab requests. Another thing I want to mention is I probably get a request to do like sponsored content or collaborations almost daily, and I turn down about 99.999% of them simply because I don't like my content to be controlled by anyone other than myself. So if I'm ever going to do something sponsored, and I honestly, if I'm really thinking back over the last few years, I can count on one hand how many of my videos have been sponsored. And I think that there's a little bit of a confusion when you're sent product versus you're being sponsored. So at least in my experience, when you're being sent product to review, you disclose that it's been sent to you to review. That does not mean that the content is sponsored. So let's like use, for example, like EC. A lot of people are like, well, you know, didn't they sponsor you? No, I've never once been paid a single dime from Erin Condren. Through my affiliate links, yes. But to say, hey, we're going to pay you to post this content to, you know, say X, Y, and Z, never once. Never, ever, ever once. And the reason for me doing it that way is because a lot of times, at least in my experience, when you do sponsored content, they have to review your content first before you are allowed to publish it. And then they are allowed to tell you what you need to change, X, Y, and Z. That's just not my thing. I have to really feel like the product or the company is something that I really want to feature on here that you guys will also find of value. All right, so moving on from that. I have to take some pictures for Instagram. I have not been doing that great of a job. I kind of took the weekend off over Mother's Day and like my birthday and stuff. I posted like last Friday, but then didn't post again until yesterday. I just kind of needed a break from it. And I think that's all for now. So over here is going to be my tasks for the day. And I just kind of try to break it up, put dots for like a couple of little categories. Usually the top is for just some chores around the house. The other one is just miscellaneous tasks. And then I just have a couple of habits that I am trying to work on each day that I put over here at the bottom. So for chores, once again, it is put up laundry. That is just something that I cannot escape. Also because I just hate putting up laundry. I will, to the day I die, say that that is like the worst chore ever. I do need to work on the downstairs floors. They need like some serious mopping. I actually use a Bissell Crosswave, I believe. Yeah, Bissell Crosswave. That thing is awesome. It vacuums and mops at the same time. It is my saving grace with having pets. And then, of course, I need to vacuum upstairs. I literally vacuum every other day. It just has to happen, especially when you have two dogs that shed almost nonstop. Nonstop. Even if we brush them regularly, they are going to shed. All right, as far as miscellaneous tasks go, I need to print my week in the life pictures, and I actually already did that through Walgreens. I only printed about like 4 or 6 pictures, and it was like just over $1 and some change for all of them. I actually just got the notification a few seconds ago that those pictures are ready, so I'll pick those up this afternoon. I have also been looking at the Canon Selfie to print some pictures myself, and I'm going to put a question mark next to this. I watched a couple of videos. I may end up purchasing them, but with things like this, I like to research the hell out of them because one, it's a little bit pricey. It's over $100 to get this little printer, but the few videos that I did get to watch this morning very quickly have me convinced that I do want to get it. I need to make up my mind and see if it's in the budget. All right, so for my tasks, of course, I'm going to do my daily delete. And I kind of already did this by watching some YouTube this morning, but it wasn't from anyone that, how do I say? It's not from one of my friends that I normally watch. So I'm not gonna check that off yet because again, like I said, I like to support creators within the community and watch their content as well. I do need to read for 30 minutes. I have not done that yet today. I do prefer to do it in the morning, but I got sidetracked looking at Canon selfie videos. And then I really need to focus on my PM skincare. It has not been going great. Like going to bed with makeup on. Oh God. Something I definitely need to fix. So that is it for today's daily plan with me. Normally I will put a quote or something that I see that inspires me throughout the day, usually from Instagram or Pinterest or something like that. So that's why that is not filled in just yet. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this daily plan with me. Let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're already subscribed, don't forget to click that red notification bell so that you know when my videos are posted here on YouTube. I do post videos every single week. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.